Hello everyone and welcome to today's lesson. I'll be talking about Microsoft Publisher. So Microsoft Publisher is one of the less known tools in Microsoft Office. Publisher allows you to create professional documents such as flyers, birthday cards, award certificates, and thank you cards. So what you see here are some templates, built-in templates that you can actually use to create your design. So to get to Publisher, you just go to your taskbar. Sometimes it's pinned by your taskbar. You click on it, or you go through the start menu, type in Publisher, and this Publisher would appear. So I want to believe that is easy to go through. So these are some of the built-in templates you can easily click. So I'm going to start with the built-in template so you can see it's quite easy to work with. So I would just go with this particular template. So once it generates, you click on the create button. So right here it's a template, so all you need to do is type in happy 60th. Here let's say the person's age is 30. Say happy 30th birthday. It's either mom or friend. Happy 30th birthday friend or pal. Let's use the word pal. All depends on what you want to put. And what you need to do is just to click and redefine what you want, because that's a template. So here, love all of us. You can put the information that you want. Maybe we love you. All right, so that's what the template is basically about, and this is done. You can send it out to your friend or to people and invite them for a birthday party. So that is a template, built-in template. So the same thing goes with other templates that you can get. You just go to the file tab and you can go to more templates and get the exact template that you want. And for this particular one, it says baby photo album. So here you edit and probably put the name of the baby that you want. We love you. Maybe that's the name of the baby, and you add the picture of the baby here. You can click here and it takes you straight to the picture folder and you get exactly what you want. Otherwise, you can go through the insert button. I'm going to show you how that works pretty soon. And here in the left pane, don't worry about this. You can actually delete, right click, delete the sections, the pages that you don't want. And you can delete more pages by pressing the Control key on your keyboard. Okay, so once you select the pages that you want to delete, you right click and delete the pages. You can also add, right click, you can add blank pages. Insert a blank page. Right click in the plain section and insert a blank page. So these are several things you can do. You can move your pages around. Let's say you want page 1 to become the last page here. Just click, drag and move to that point. Now it becomes the last page actually. So you can move things around here. Now let's go to designing our document from scratch. So from the file tab, I can get what I want. So there are different paper sizes that you can actually use here, especially if you don't want to use the templates. All right, I can go ahead and click the A4 newsletter. So here is the working space of the newsletter. Down here is the zoom level, so I'll just click and zoom this a little bit. Okay, so you can see that because it's portrait format, you can see I can't actually see the full paper size. Just the same thing you can do in your Microsoft Word document application. You can also do it here with the publisher. So all I need to do is go to my page, page design, and then you would see the page setup and change it to landscape. Now I can see everything on this screen. So what I want to do is I want to place an advert for sale. I want to sell some computer equipment, a laptop and a printer. So you can make a publication that you want to sell something. You can make a publication of job advert. You can design, create a newsletter using the Microsoft Publisher. Okay, I'm going to show you how you work with basic information that you need to get you started working with Microsoft Publisher. Now, here, like I just said, this is page design. You actually can do the same thing you would normally do in your Microsoft Office, Microsoft Word rather. But the difference between Microsoft Word and the Publisher is that the Publisher places more emphasis on page layout and design rather than text composition. So you would agree with me, this is Microsoft Word. Most of the things that you do in Microsoft Word is you type information, you shift is, and then you edit. So it's more of paragraphs, typing and text composition basically. But in the Publisher, you can do more information. You can click, drag and drop informations, but that you find it difficult doing the same thing in the Microsoft Word. So let's start. I'm going to create guides. Now this is page design. In the page design, we have the layout, guides and objects. So the guides actually gives you an idea of how to place things around so it looks really professional when you finish designing it. Now I would go to different guides, and these are different guides you can actually use, customize different guides you can use depending on what you want to design. If it's a newsletter, you can actually, or the information you want to work with, you can choose any of those designs. All right, so I'm going to go with the first design. Now these are guidelines. When you finish designing your publisher, this lines doesn't actually show, but it's there to guide you on how to place information in your document. So here I would just, to insert a text, like I said, I want to place an advert for sale of some equipment that I got. So I will just go to the insert tab, and here is I'm looking for the text box. And okay, here, draw a text box. Before you're able to write on the publisher, you must have to draw a text box, right? So I want to type in for sale. Okay, so I'm going to make that a little bit big for people to see and make it bold. Like I said, basically what you can do in Microsoft Word. So to reduce that text stuff, I just clicked and dragged close. So here I can move and drag and dump where I want it to be. So I want it to be up at the top part and make it to be at the middle. You can see, so that guideline there gives me an idea. The 4 is by this other first side of the box, and sale is also by that side. So this grid lines or guidelines gives me an idea where I can dump my information and how it's going to look when I'm done working. The next thing I want to add now is another text box explaining what exactly I want to sell. So again, I'll go to the home tab. Okay, home tab, I have a text box there. Just go to the home tab, and here you will find objects. You can also add table shapes and all of that. So I'm drawing a text box, and I will just copy. I already typed in something, and I will just paste it there. So I can extend this box. So that's what I typed in. I would create another text box. I want to draw another text box. up here because that is the title of what I want to sell. So I'll cut that aspect and paste in that heading. So here is what I want to sell for people to see, so I can actually make it bolder. Select and increase the font size so people can see. Okay, so that's really okay. Let's work with this, and I can also change the font color to what I want it to look like. So that is what I want to sell. Here I can drag and move this downwards, reduce this, move it downwards. All right, so that's the advantage. You can see here I just need to make sure that it's inside the box. You can see that guideline. My box, the text box, is outside the guideline, so I need to move it a little bit. Now it's cool, or move it a little bit up. All right, so that's how you move things around. Cool. So I also need to put a picture here so people can see what it is I am advertising. So I have a picture of the laptop I want to sell. So I would just go to the insert. So from the insert tab, you can either import your picture from online or from your computer. So for this illustration, I'll be getting it from my computer. So that's the laptop, and I need to insert it. So once you insert it, like I always say, you can over here reduce the size, or you can just click and reduce by the edge there, reduce the size. Like I said again, it's all about click, drag and drop. All right, is that good? Okay, so it's all about moving things around and making your work look really clean. If that doesn't go well, I can either move this text box to be at this other side, but I think it's okay here, because if I slide and increase this, you would see what I'm doing, or what you can see that side. So it means I need to move this picture towards the side. All right, so I think this makes more sense. I can drag this and reduce this part, then click and then move it upwards. Oh, can you see? So this is what you do in the publisher. You move things around. Now I can increase the font size of this information so people can see clearly, or it's bold and not that small for people to see. So this is configurations of this laptop, the price, and it's free delivery in South Africa. So anybody who sees this thing will know exactly what the configuration of the computer is. Then on this other side, I want to place another information, so I will go ahead and click my text box, then draw the information and key in what I want to input. So by my right hand side, this section of the box, I want to paste another advert of what I want to sell. So I can go back to the home tab and click the text box. I can drag and drop, drag. I already copied the information that I wrote out, or the written information, so I would paste it there. Okay, so this is the name of the printer. So I'll copy, cut that side and paste it by the heading so someone can easily see, and then I can make it also dark red and probably increase the font size. All right, so I'll move this a little bit upwards, click and drag through. Like I said, it's all about click and you drag through. So this side I have my test or configuration of what it is I want to market. So here I can also increase the font size like I did on the other side. So that's too much. Okay, so is that cool? Alright, so this is size 14. Let's also make this side to be 14. So it looks really cool at the end of the whole stuff. Alright, so that's it for size 14, and here also size 14. So I want to import the picture and also place it on that other side. So I go to the Insert tab, go to the picture, and there is my printer. Click and insert. So I can then resize. Now one good thing is you can have the picture to be the same size. That's the laptop. The laptop here, clicking on it, I have it to be 6. Alright, I can make everything to be 7 so it looks really professional, right? So what I need to do is probably make here 7, and so I can see what it looks like by the size group 7 and this other size 7. Then that's cool. So you can also do that in your advertisement so the pictures are the same thing and looks professional. Alright, so that's how you can resize your pictures to be exactly the same thing. So I want to show you how you can align your text box. Alright, so you can see here I moved this text box a little bit aside. Here it's already clicked, right? So I can move it to the left hand side or the right hand side. All I need to do is simply go to by the home tab. You will find the arrange group. So you will see the align button, click the down arrow and choose. You can see this is not checked. Okay, so what you need to do to activate this aspect, these buttons, is to go to where you have the relative to margin guide. So click on the relative to margin guide and go back to that align. Click on it so you can see it's been activated. So I want to place this to the left hand side while it's selected, so I can now go and say align left. Alright, so if that doesn't look good, we can also align center. But center, you would see if it's aligned center, the part where I have for sale isn't showing. So the best thing to do is to align left. Okay, so that's how you can move your text box around. Okay, so the next thing I like to talk about, again, this text box, we can move it a little bit below, align middle, align bottom. Okay, bottom, you see. All right, we can place this up, down there, but it doesn't look up. It doesn't look nice. Let's take it back where we brought it from. But that's for you to see how you can move things around. Okay, so you can do pretty much beautiful things. You can create newsletters like I did say initially. You can choose, I just chose this kind of page design guides, so you can see how you can easily make your things look really cool, and it's quite easy to move around. If you design this in Microsoft Word, you cannot move your box around, even though there's a way you can do that, but it's not as easy as doing it or performing your design in the publisher application. Okay, looking at this, I think it's completed and I think it looks good. So remember, this is Microsoft Publisher. So of what use it is when you finish creating and you don't publish your flyer. So to publish this flyer, you simply go to the File tab, and here it takes you to the Backstage view. You can print, and when you click on the print, it gives you a print preview of what your work will look like when it's printed. Alright, so you just need to select the printer that you want to work with. Okay, and these are other settings. If you want to look at those, you can go through it. And the next thing I want to show you is you can also publish your flyer by sharing it. You can send an email by sending the current page. You can also send as an attachment where everybody gets a separate copy of your publication. You can send as a PDF file whereby no one can change what you have designed. Alright, another way you can publish your publication is through HTML file to the internet. You can also pack and go by save for printing, photo printing, or save for a commercial printer. You can also save for another computer. So there are several options that you can use to publish your document, but I still think that most people simply print their publication and publish it that way. Alright, so just to recap back to the main screen, I just want to let you know that you can actually design your own guidelines. Remember, I designed this, going to the page design, and I had to choose a particular design layout here. You can design your own guidelines. To make your own guidelines, especially if you do not find from the page design, if the guidelines that are here doesn't suit what you are actually planning to design, you can actually make your own guideline. So to do that, move to the File tab. You will find New, choose a blank template. Let's work with the landscape. So once it opens, look, this is our ribbon. So under the ribbon, you would find a ruler. So that ruler, click, hold, and drag down. Drop anywhere you like. Remember, you are creating your own guidelines. Again, you can click, hold, pull, and drag into the workspace. So that is our horizontal guidelines. By the left hand side, you will also see that there is a ruler. You can click by the ruler, hold, and drag into the workspace. Once again, click, hold, and drag into the space. Now this depends on what design that you want to make. So once this is what it is that you want, you go ahead and begin to work and design your flyer, cards, and so forth. You can also create newsletters. Alright, so there are quite a lot of things you can do with Microsoft Publisher. Generally, I think Publisher is a great application that organizations, business people, teachers, and students can use for designing flyers, birthday cards, award certificates, and newsletters. I hope you find this video to be helpful. If you haven't subscribed, consider hitting the subscribe button so you will stay connected and get updates when I post the next video. I'll see you in the next one.